Hey gamers, Maniac here with GameAccess.net doing my first video in front of the brand new set that we've got here. And I want to appreciate all the comments that I've gotten on the previous video saying their ideas, and I'm going to do some of those, so don't worry about that. For those of you who are PC gamers through and through, you're probably familiar with EA's, Electronic Arts' online distribution service called Origin. The way it works is it's pretty much exactly like Steam. Why they simply just didn't choose to use Steam is beyond my comprehension, but it pretty much works exactly like Steam. It's an online client so that you could download games for a fee. In a lot of cases, either games that are currently coming out from Electronic Arts or from Electronic Arts' back catalog. I became aware of the service probably around the time it launched because I'm an old school Electronic Arts member. People who have seen my video on what was it? Anybody who's seen my video on alternate reality games, you're probably familiar with that where I first started doing stuff with EA. So I had a long-standing account, and that transferred over to an Origin account. The thing is that a lot of people have been using the service recently because EA has been effectively giving games away through this service. When the service launched, in order to drum up customers, they did offer, the original Dead Space for the PC through the service, free of charge. Since then, they've released games like Peggle, Battlefield 3, and more recently, Wing Commander 3, actually. The original version of Wing Commander 3, which I think was kind of awesome. Now, that's given me a reason to download the app and to start, getting games and retrieving games on that thing. I also thought, and this is where the point of this video is, that the services like Steam in a lot of ways would probably offer a way for me to retrieve CD keys for purchased games that I've gotten through EA. And I have a bunch of EA games from a long time ago that I would like to register on Origin for several reasons, which I'll get into in a bit. And I found that the CD keys do not work. This is Command & Conquer 3 Tiberian Wars for the PC. This is his expansion pack, Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath. Pretty good games. I mean, I'm not a huge real-time strategy player, so I was terrible. I could not beat either of them. But I enjoyed playing them, certainly. I thought they were pretty good. You can't register these CD keys on Origin. I actually tried. I actually tried registering these on Origin a couple of weeks ago and was met with a denial. Now, my first assumption was that some nerd was using a keygen and probably guessed my CD keys through some type of keygen. So I decided to do a little research to see if maybe it was a bug or if that was possible. Not the keygen part of it, I don't use keygens, but to see if somebody had accidentally cracked the keys. And unfortunately, no, that the keygen wasn't the point. From what I saw, Origin is not compatible with any CD keys prior to 2008. The reason why 2008, at least that I'm guessing, is 2008 was the year I stopped buying PC games. And there was a very good reason. 2008 was the year that EA forced online activation DRM on all the games that came out that year. And they continued to release games with online activation requirements for no benefit. Not like Steam. Steam provides benefits for their online activations. These games had no benefits. They only took rights away from the consumers, and they had limited activations as well. So games that came out in 2008 included Dead Space, the original Dead Space game. What else? Mirror's Edge, Red Alert 3, which I actually was going to pick up until they made that announcement. I have not picked up Red Alert 3 simply out of spite because of that. And as for the other games I was interested in, I just picked them up on the consoles. But that having been said, those keys, from what I've been told, are compatible to, and current keys for current games like Battlefield 4 and stuff like that are compatible with Origin. But for some odd reason, that's the cutoff date. All of the games earlier, if you want to get them to play on Origin now, you basically have to rebuy. Now, for a single-player game like Mirror's Edge, there's no reason to have online activations whatsoever because there's no multiplayer on the game. And there, as far as I could tell, there was no benefits. I think the only multiplayer that it actually had, or the only online thing it used, was when it checked the time trials. It actually checked the time trials over an online leaderboard. Other than that, it didn't use multiplayer. It didn't use online at all. It's a single player game, and a pretty good one. If you're interested in it, obviously I would recommend picking up on the PS3 or the Xbox 360. So, why games like Command & Conquer 3, going back to this, is an online game. You can play it online. It has some online multiplayer. And right now, online multiplayer, at least from what I've been told, this game used GameSpy, the GameSpy matchmaking system. GameSpy doesn't exist anymore. And if you ask me, GameSpy hasn't existed since 2005, but the servers have finally been shut down recently. GameSpy's servers are no longer operational. All the games that use the GameSpy service have to either be patched or basically just discontinued. So what about games that use GameSpy service and are literally powered by GameSpy? Like this one right here, Battlefield 2. This game was, I believe, released in 2004, if my memory serves. If I can't register those games, I seriously doubt I'll be able to register a game that's even earlier than that. So I can't, and this game is pretty much multiplayer only. There's no real reason, there's not really a single player. There's a single player, but there isn't really. They didn't really start doing single player campaigns in the Battlefield series until Battlefield 3, which was already released through On the House, so that's at least that. So, what's up? What's up there? I would love to be able to register my online games through Origin, but EA is basically not really allowing that, it seems like. Now, you're probably saying, well, they are old games. Well, maybe they're not available on the service. I don't know if Battlefield 2 is compatible with the service right now. It might not be. I don't think it is. But Command & Conquer 3 and Kane's Wrath are available for purchase on the store. I think they're about 20 bucks a pop. So they are on Origin right now. You can play them on Origin right now if you purchase them on Origin right now. They are old games, yes. You probably can't get them in stores anymore. But it would have been a nice mark of goodwill for them to actually offer the game for anybody who had purchased it earlier. To be able to unlock it on the service. This is not unusual. Everybody will probably cite back to Steam. In fact, I'll cite back to Steam. When Steam first launched, the only games that were on it were the original Half-Life games and its expansion packs. Those games have been out for years now. You know, by the time Steam came out, Steam launched in 2004. Original Half-Life came out, I believe, in 1998, if memory serves. Sorry, Steam launched even before then. Steam launched in 2003. That was when it's in beta. It didn't come out of beta until around the end of 2003, 2004 or so. These CD keys. This is a copy of Half-Life Game of the Year edition. I can't remember what year I got this in. I think it might have been 2000, 2001. This CD key worked just fine on Steam. If I inputted this CD key and actually got not just Half-Life, but all the Half-Life games through Steam. So you can't tell me that you would lose money or it would be a bad business decision or something like that because nobody's done something like that before. If you're going to release a service, obviously Electronic Arts owns the rights to Command & Conquer. They own Command & Conquer games. There's no legal ramifications for them actually offering those keys or allowing those keys to be unlocked. I don't know, I'm lost. I am not really interested in any of the games that are offered through Origin for purchase. I will continue to use On the House if On the Houses continue to be available. I mean, there's no harm, no foul. On that, the games are free. But I honestly don't think I'll be buying or rebuying any games on the service for right now. There's just nothing offered that's worth my money. So it was a little disappointing, and I think a bit of a look at bad will, or a lack of goodwill, that EA decided not to allow their long-standing customers who have purchased their games in the past to unlock them on their new service. Valve did it, and Valve is basically reaping the benefits of that positive, you know, of their goodwill towards their customers. They're able to actually provide a service that's doing very well financially, and they're not giving games away. At least, well, if they do, it's very rare. It's very rare that they give games away. They do it like once on a blue moon or something like that. EA right now is doing it as a matter of principle. While I appreciate a freebie like everybody else does, it's not giving me an incentive to purchase anything. It's just giving me an incentive to use their service for what's already been offered. Maybe that might change. I'm sure that the new games that come out right now from EA on the PC are requiring Origin. I believe Battlefield 4 required Origin. I had no interest in Battlefield 4. I still have, to this day, no interest in Battlefield 4. So there's that. So that's my take on Origin. EA, get on the ball. If you're going to offer a service, I can understand giving stuff away, but Steam offers a lot more benefits to their customers. They have more than just online multiplayer matchmaking, friends list, that sort of stuff. They also offer, oh God, what do you call it? There was the online cloud saves automatically for most games, the automatic updates, where that's already available. The backup utility on, and the, what was it? They have a backup utility. They have a well, not just a game backup utility, but also a CD key backup utility. They also had a defrag. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff is in Steam that just don't seem to be coming to the other services, which are claiming to be Steam competitors. So there's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the set. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any thoughts you'd like to make about Origin or about any of the online games in general, like I said, I'm pretty much done with the PC. After 2008, and if you've seen some of my other videos on the channel, you'd know I'm done with the PC. Limited activations killed it. As far as I'm concerned, online used to offer benefits for games. That doesn't anymore. It's just a hindrance, and I might as well just get a game for the console. I'll get, if not the same experience, close enough same experience for less of the hassle. So that's my take on it. Until next time, guys, this is Maniac with GameAccess.net. Over and out.